Alright folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website. Thank you for tuning in for another video. Today we're going to do a video on prayer. Like I said, I'm going to be coming at you with a little more videos on Catholicism, Christianity, the things that I learned during this journey of a stronger faith for myself. So this is not really anything I learned from reading, just my own personal thoughts and just a conversation that I had with a friend. Because of course, a lot of people misunderstand Catholicism and they don't really know the teachings. So this is just a question that he had asked me. I guess there's his grandmother or his aunt or something like that is Catholic, and he came to me one day and he just kept saying, she keeps telling me to pray for her so she can go to heaven, to pray for her so she can go to heaven. What is that? I don't understand that. I disagree with that. You can't pray someone to go to heaven and they can be accepted by God into heaven. So me, now that I'm getting a little bit older, I've kind of lost my wit and my quick response, so I just really didn't say anything. I just let it slide. It was something I didn't have an answer to at the time, and then I went home for the next couple of days and I just kind of pondered on that question. For me, I didn't go into the Catholic teaching or anything like that. I just sat there and thought about the question myself. And then the answer that I came up with is, I think that's something that every Christian religion should believe, that you can pray someone to heaven, but we've got to be able to understand and realize what we are praying for. All right, so the question is, how are you structuring your prayer? I can't just sit there and be like, oh, please, Lord, take my grandma into heaven, take my grandma into heaven. That's not going to get her to heaven. That's a prayer that will not get her to heaven, right? But a prayer that will get her to heaven would be, and this is a great thing because now this leads to more conversation with your grandparent, your family member, your friend, whoever it might be, right? So now you just start a conversation with them, and then we kind of figure out what's going on in their life. Right? Because the main thing that's going to bring us closer to God is, of course, faith, but, getting rid of sin out of our life, our negative vices, those types of things is what brings us closer to God. So if you actually start a conversation with them and see what's going on in their life, what hard times are they going through, then we can know how to structure our prayer for that person. So when it really comes down to, you might realize that maybe they're losing faith because there's a sick family member and they're starting to wonder, why is this happening? We're good people. Maybe they're still dealing with some form of an addiction. So now we can structure our prayer to say, dear Lord, help my grandmother with, or my aunt, whoever it might be, with their sin and their lack of faith and their lack of understanding. They're having alcoholism issues, and I know that's something that leads them away from you. So Lord, help them with their alcoholism or whatever sin that they have in their life. So if we're praying in that sense, now, in my opinion, you're praying them to heaven, because we are now creating a prayer that is helping them with their sinful nature and trying to make them a more holy person. Right? So there you go. Like I said, can you pray someone to heaven? I believe you can, but we've got to make sure that we're praying for the right thing. We're praying for them to be better and to become closer to God. All right? So yes, in my opinion, you can pray someone to heaven. And like I said, I just had to think about it for a little bit. That had nothing to do with the Catholic teaching. I didn't look into it. So yes, I think you can pray someone to heaven. And of course, prayer, is our biggest defense against sin and any negativity in our life. So once again, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for another video.